Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are going to squeeze every last drop of info out of how to grow your very own lemon tree right at home. So let's get right into it.
And that is so true. I mean, just imagine it, that incredible citrusy smell from the flowers, those beautiful glossy green leaves all year long, and then, of course, the bright yellow lemons just hanging there. It's one of those plants that really just lights up a room.
All right, so to kick things off, let's get to know the star of the show a little better, the lemon tree itself, or as it's scientifically known, Citrus limon.
I love that description, especially broadleaf evergreen. All that really means is that unlike a lot of other fruit trees that lose their leaves in the fall, your lemon tree is going to stay green and vibrant all year round. And yeah, a quick heads up on those thorny twigs, they mean business.
So why even bother? Well, beyond just looking pretty, homegrown lemons are a total powerhouse. You've got a fresh, organic source of vitamin C right at your fingertips, a zesty kick for tons of recipes, and even a natural, chemical-free way to clean your house. Now, just a quick note here. While lemons have some fantastic potential benefits, this isn't medical advice, you should for sure always talk to a health professional about any health concerns. Okay, so you're on board, you want one, but where in the world do you start? Well, this next part is all about building that foundation. And trust me, getting this stuff right from the get-go is absolutely crucial if you want a healthy, happy tree that actually gives you fruit.
You've basically got two choices here. You could grow from a seed, which, is a fun science experiment, but it could take more than a decade to see a single lemon and you have no idea what it'll taste like. The other option, and the one I really recommend, is getting a grafted sapling from a nursery. This is where they take a branch from a proven, productive tree and attach it to a strong root system. It's a major head start, and you're pretty much guaranteed great fruit in just a few years. Next up, your tree needs a home. You want to go for a pot that's at least 14 to 16 inches across. And remember, lemon tree roots like to spread out sideways, so a little wider is always better than a little deeper. But look, the single most important thing, the one thing you absolutely cannot skip, is drainage. If that pot doesn't have a bunch of holes at the bottom, you're just asking for root rot. It's a total deal breaker.
And here's the perfect recipe for what to put in that pot. It's pretty simple, really. The garden soil gives it body, the compost gives it tons of great nutrients, the sand or cocoa peat keeps it from getting waterlogged, there's that drainage thing again, and a little bone meal provides a boost of phosphorus, which is exactly what the tree needs to make flowers and eventually lemons. All right, your foundation is solid. Now we can talk about the day-to-day care. I like to think of it as three simple pillars that will keep your tree healthy and thriving. First up, and this one's a total non-negotiable for any citrus tree, we're talking about sunlight. Lemon trees are absolute sun worshippers. They need, at a minimum, 6 to 8 hours of direct, unfiltered sun every single day. That's the energy that fuels everything. If you want lemons, you have got to give that tree the sun it's craving. Okay, let's move on to pillar number 2, water. Now, this is where a lot of new growers get into a bit of trouble. It's a real balancing act. And honestly, the biggest mistake people make, almost every time, is over-watering. It comes from a good place, right? You want to take care of your plant. But soggy, wet soil is a lemon tree's worst nightmare. It's the fast track to that root rot we talked about. So, how do you get it just right? Just follow these simple rules. The finger dip test is going to be your best friend. Seriously, just stick your finger about 2 inches into the soil. If it feels dry, it's time to water. If it's damp, leave it alone. And when you do water, give it a really good, deep soak until you see water coming out the bottom. Then let it dry out again. Deep but infrequent. That's the mantra. Our third and final pillar is nutrition. Since they're living in a container, lemon trees are what we call heavy feeders. Basically, they're completely relying on you to provide all their food. Now, here's a fun fact that surprises a lot of people. You'd think that because lemons are so acidic, the tree would want acidic soil, right? Well, nope. It actually prefers its soil to be pretty neutral, right around a pH of 6.0 to 7.0. That's the sweet spot where it can soak up all the nutrients you give it. So what's a good feeding routine look like? Well, remember, every time you water, a few nutrients wash out of the pot, so you gotta put them back. A good balanced citrus fertilizer gives it the big three, NPK. That's nitrogen for green leaves, phosphorus for flowers, and potassium for overall plant health. Throw in a handful of compost once a month and maybe a little spray of Epsom salt for magnesium, and your tree will be in heaven. Okay, your tree is planted, it's getting sun, water, and food. Now let's talk about the long game, defense, maintenance, and making some friends. Because sooner or later, you're probably going to find some uninvited guests hanging out on your tree. But don't panic, it's totally manageable. You'll usually see stuff like aphids, mealybugs, or scale. The best organic defense is actually a good offense. Just a preventative spray of neem oil every couple of weeks can keep most of them away. And hey, while you're fighting off the bad bugs, don't forget about the good guys. Encouraging pollinators like bees and butterflies is absolutely essential if you want those pretty flowers to turn into actual lemons. Now, this is really interesting, and it's where citrus trees are a little different. A lot of fruit trees store energy in their roots, but a lemon tree stores a ton of its energy right in its leaves. So you have to prune with a very light touch. The goal is just to clean it up a bit, take out any dead branches or ones that are crossing over each other. This helps air flow through the tree, and definitely get rid of any of those suckers growing below the graft line. But whatever you do, never give it a heavy haircut. You'd be getting rid of its energy reserves. And after all that care, all that patience, we finally get to the absolute best part, the harvest. And here it is, the single most important thing to remember when it's time to pick your lemons. Unlike a banana or an avocado, a lemon will not ripen after you pick it. It has to ripen completely on the branch. So you gotta be patient. Just wait until it's that perfect, uniform, bright yellow color, and it has just a little bit of give when you squeeze it. And there you have it, the complete roadmap. From a tiny little tree to something that can literally give you fresh, amazing fruit for decades. It's a journey that just keeps paying you back. So I guess the only question left is, are you ready to start growing your own little slice of sunshine?